Welcome to game number 3 of this round of 8 match. We are on Fighting Spirit here for the deciding game to see who will be moving on to the semifinals. Spotting the bottom right corner, your red Zerg player, it is Myrault.
And up in the top right-hand corner, playing as the Teal Terran, it is Moxie. From team Bestest Friends Forever, Fun, Fantastic, Free.
Yep, a lot of Fs. Oh, you're getting a little shout out in the chat there from Glabius or Glabius. Kellis says he loves you, Kellis. And you're a caster. Yeah.
You're pink, so I love you too. If you weren't pink, I don't know. But you're pink. It's great.
Alright, cool. Will one of these players mix up their build order and try to get aggressive in the early game? That is the question. Are we going to see Hatch first and a Command Center first for both of them?
I'm going to guess the answer is no.
I think you're right.
because frankly, neither of their openings were really tinkered with. Like, the reason why they lost wasn't because of the openings. So they're both going to think, well, I like money, so I'm going to get money. And that's exactly what Myrault's doing. He's going to get a hatchery before his spawning pool. What's Moxie doing? He doesn't know what a barracks is. He's going to build a command center instead.
Yep. Well, that answers that question. These guys enjoying the macro cheeses.
Oh my god, the low ground command center.
Oh, the Beastie Cutie style. Getting bolder. Moxie went for the top of the ramp last time, but he's like, you know what? Myrault's just going to hatch first anyway. Why should I have to float my command center when I can just build it here, where it belongs?
Although Myrault isn't that confident, the drone did scout through in the middle, looking for any sort of barracks proxy if there was one.
So he's going to see this, and then this drone will be a little annoying. Start poking away on this SCV. Moxie will have to bring down some SCV buddies in order to save that guy.
Quickly, save our friend!
Yep. Well done here. This SCV should be able to take the fight. Yeah, forces the drone back. Drone's got to run away. With the little battles at the beginning. It's all about workers. Without workers, you couldn't have StarCraft. They're important dudes. They don't get enough credit.
You know, Myrault got a second hatchery before his pool, and then a gas before his pool, so he's trying to, like, he's playing the I don't want to get my spawning pool ever game, and he was pretty good at it.
Yeah, I mean, why bother, right? He saw the command center first. There's no need for that spawning pool to come down any earlier than that. So yeah, even a later pool than before, he was getting the pool and the extractor at the same time. This time, I'll just sneak out another drone or two, you know? See if I can't just get a little bit more economy. If I get a little bit more economy, I can win.
So Moxie is getting a bunker. You should get a bunker because you don't want to die to anything. But like the other part is like Moxie knows that he's not going to die to anything. It's like, why build a bunker?
Yeah. Why bother? No, bunker's good.
Cut so many
corners
that you build actually just becomes a perfect circle. It would be great.
And Moxie also getting the quick engineering bay. These guys are so boring. Same builds. You know what? That's fine, though. I don't care if they have the same openings every game, if they give us great games like they have the first 2 games of the series. I'm totally fine with that. So speed now coming here for Myrault, as well as the layer. He'll be getting that down at the natural. And Moxie's SCV, once again, able to scout it out. So Moxie's SCV scouts have been really good this whole series.
Oh yeah, fantastic scouts. Basically always knew what the Zerg was up to at any point in time in the early game. And guess what? This +1 infantry weapons.
Yep, there it is. Just like always. All reliable. And we're going to see more barracks coming down. Probably going to see some tech labs. We're going to see some STEM. Maybe some medics.
Hydro STEM. This is a little different.
Oh! Myrault is switching it up a little bit. Going to be going for the lurkers first. Also get an evolution chamber here too.
I would assume evolution chamber is probably for the +1 armor because the attack upgrades for melee and ranged for Zerg are separated, so armor would just make more sense.
Yeah, and armor obviously helps a lot against high rate of fire units such as the Marine.
Hydra then is being morphed into worker. And you know what I just realized? Myrault doesn't know what queens are.
Nah. Yeah, you know, he really... I don't know if he's built one this whole
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has. Yeah. Queens can be pretty good, though. It really depends on the builds you're going for. There's been a lot of discussion on the forums about, you know, when do you get a queen, what kind of builds do you use the queen for. You know, if you're trying to rush out tech or something like that, queens can be good. But you don't necessarily need them. They can give you some flexibility, though. Creep tumors are always good. The inject is never a bad thing. But if you're trying to rush out, you know, your lurker den as fast as possible, spending that 50 gas. Oh, does Moxie actually able to see that with the scan? Let's find out. Yeah, he did see it. Moxie did see the lurker den on the way. So Moxie now knows that was just at the edge there on the creep, but enough that he can see it. So
he is getting his factory, and he's obviously not going to get missile turrets because there are no mutas. So he's just going to crank up Marines, and he's just going to get to his science missile attack a lot faster.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will definitely help against those lurkers. Having that mobile detection is so important, as well as those radiates to pick off individual lurkers or do splash against a general army. Now Moxie's actually going to go ahead and move out here a little bit and scare away these scouting wings, so Myrault knows that this bio push is possibly coming for him.
Meanwhile, Myrault is expanding down to the bottom left-hand corner. Normally you see Zerg players take the natural in this case, but Myrault is kind of hiding it. He's putting it a little more back, so perhaps Moxie won't expect it. Army is going to move out, and
quite a few links coming out here from Myrault, actually. Just trying to slow down this push if at all possible. I'm going to try to get the... gets the fire bat. Nice pickup. Anytime you can pick off a fire bat, that's pretty good. Moxie actually doesn't even have any more fire bats. That's it. That was the only fire bat he had with that little...
And that will prompt a move out from Myrault. Surrounding a fire bat with links is probably one of the best feelings ever. So it is going to burrow the workers, and this army is...
Moxie pulls back, getting away just in time. But these lings are doing really well against this Bioforce now. And here come the lurkers again. Moxie's got to have some really nice splits here. These lurkers, pretty scary. A couple more are going to be leapfrogging forth, and they're going to go straight into the natural. Oh, does Moxie? Moxie pulls just in time. We'll keep those SCVs alive, but just barely. Now these lurkers will get trapped.
So it wasn't worth it, but it does allow Myrault to establish a pretty soft container front and will prevent the 10 from moving out for a while. And meanwhile, back in the base, Myrault is getting his Spire and Hive at the same time.
Wow, nice. So could see a bit of a tech switch, or could probably just for Scourge.
Oh, the bunker!
Oh, the bunker's not getting any sort of repair now. Now here come the fire bats, though. We'll clean up all those lings. So still pretty solid position here. Oh, once again, that Overlord, get out of here. I don't want you seeing what I'm doing. Alright, so Myrault just maintaining the soft contain. He's not trying to over-invest in it. Just going to leave those lurkers there, try to get his third up and established. Hasn't really been mining a lot. Myrault's been being pretty aggressive and dumping a lot of resources and larva into the attack and the contain. I really like this. You know, he's got these lurkers chilling here so they can try to cut off any forces coming through there or any SCVs trying to transfer over to the third.
I love this.
Nicely done by Myrault.
I love this so much. Myrault is just going to send his Zerglings everywhere. Going to make sure there's no hidden bases, because now that he's the head, he wants to stay ahead. And one of the ways to lose is to have a hidden base you don't know about, so just sending links everywhere, scouting out to see if there's any potential command centers around.
Yep. Now Moxie does have a couple tanks out, working on the science vessels. Doesn't have one yet, but has one in production. It'll be coming out soon, and I imagine as soon as that first science vessel comes out, he's going to try to push out here, take down these containing lurkers. Now Myrault is ready. He's got a couple of Scourge waiting for it. Oh, science vessel getting a little overeager. We're going to send a ling around just to keep an eye on things. It's really careful dance here. I like this. These two lurkers up here at the top of this ramp.
So Moxie was able to establish a foothold at the base, or I guess at the 3-point entrance. He is able to get a bunker, and he will be able to defend. But here's
Myrault is going to come in here and try to get these lurkers on top of these tanks. He will do so. They will take down the tanks. Oh no, actually one survives with 11 health. And now Moxie, with a decided army advantage, is going to push towards Myrault's natural. Knight is coming up in the third. This lurker's not going to come up. I'm going to cancel that guy. Oh no. Oh. And there's only one spine at the front. There's a Nidus and one spine and a lurker. Myrault has almost nothing here at the front, and Moxie might have won the game already. There's little to nothing here. Oh, lurker just charges in and dies. Moxie looking to be in a great position to move on to the semifinals of Monday Night Starboard number 32. Tanks are sieging up. One spine crawler. Not enough. Immediately goes down.
Although there are deflowers on the way, the Consume is on the way as well, so he will be able to get some Dark Swarms in the near future. He needs to hold on for just another minute, but I'm not sure if he can do that.
Moxie's not going to give him the opportunity. These Defilers do not have enough energy for Dark Swarm. They can't consume yet because the research is not done. And the Hive could potentially go down here. More lurker shots coming down. Ooh, that lurker. Very low on health, but able to push the army back just ever so slightly longer. Consume will be done very soon.
I think Myrault might be able to hold. There is more reinforcements, but now the Consume is done. He can move in.
And now the Defilers are consuming. There's one Dark Swarm in a nice position. Here's another Dark Swarm. The Lurker gets in a good position. Oh, gonna be doing a decent amount of damage, but the Hive might go down anyway. The Hive, 3 health. Oh, he goes down. The tank gets it. Here comes the Scourge coming for the Science Vessels, but now Myrault's army is pushing out of here. He's gonna be pushing back Moxie, and he will clean up the Science Vessel. The entire force does get cleaned up. And Myrault right back in this game. Losing the Hive, though, that is really critical. But fortunately for Myrault, you know, he does already have the Defiler mount. He's got a lot of his tech already up and running. He's got to rework on that layer, though. So it'll be a while before we see anything along the lines of an Ultralisk Cavern or a Greater Spire. So Myrault was planning to transition to any of those anytime soon. That will be delayed.
And Moxie does know about this. He is starting to do his mech transition, getting vultures and mines, which Ultralisks are pretty good against. So exploiting the fact that there is going to be no hive tech for a while, and he's starting to start to lay down mines everywhere.
Oh, that's a nice Dark Swarm, though. Oh, these Scourge! Dark Swarm does not help Scourge. But here come the Lurkers once again, planning in this Dark Swarm. There are no tanks really out here. There's only the one here at the entrance to the Natural. Moxie is working on getting his 3rd command center up, but it's only about 2/3 of the way done, and he's got to find a way to get that established. So it looked like a really scary position for Myrault, but the Defilers come out just in time. Oh no, the Lurkers get caught before they can get into the Dark Swarm. Nicely done for Moxie.
The army is kind of separated. The Lurkers might be able to move in, and they are going to plant themselves right under the tank. The tank is going to go down instantly. Yeah. Oh, the mine.
Here comes a stream of Zerglings here. Now, Moxie will be able to cut this off. Now, what these Zerglings are is they are Defiler food. So this Defiler has cast his last Dark Swarm unless he wants to consume a Lurker, which he might just have to do. I mean, it definitely can be worth it. When you got this many Lurkers, feel free to go ahead and eat one up. It means you can get another Dark Swarm off and keep the rest of them alive. Moxie will be forced to lift the Natural, and suddenly Myrault, who looked to be in a very dire position, is holding on and turning the tables back on Moxie. His 3rd is established. He's got his Nidus Canal. He's got 3 Lurkers at the top of the ramp in the 3rd.
Oh, look at Moxie. Moxie is gonna block off the Ling reinforcements, and actually, Moxie built another command center somehow, doing all that shenanigans. Is gonna take the 3rd closer to the Zerg, which is a little ballsy, if I would say so myself.
But it does allow him to just defend along this one path. He doesn't try to have to spread out, especially if he's going to make a mech transition. If he's transitioning into mech, that's definitely the 3rd he wants. So he can push down from that 3rd. As opposed to trying to, you know, split and defend against the Natural and defend all the way over here, defending both of these ramps here at this 3rd. So Moxie going to be trying to get a little bit aggressive here. A lot of fire bats, decent amount of bio here, but no Science Vessels with his force right now. Here comes some Vultures. Oh no, Vultures, there's Lurkers here! No, Vultures! Oh, Vulture donations. Scourge flying around to see if they can find a... Actually, they're going to find a Science Vessel right now for free! Picking up a free vessel.
Oh, but, these Scourge are misrouted over the army, and these Overlords are trying to run away as fast as possible.
And now Myrault, is he going to try to charge right up this ramp? He doesn't have any Dark Swarms with this army right now. In the meantime, looks like the Lurkers are going to have to back out of the Natural, but Myrault will be able to save all of those.
These mines!
Some mines! Oh! We take down a couple. So the mines, very effective there. Cutting off that retreat path for those Lurkers, and Moxie does still have a nice supply lead here, and a good worker lead as well. Myrault going to try to establish a 4th. Here is a Science Vessel out here. Going to get an Irradiate down, no Scourge nearby.
Sadly, Zerg cannot go up the ramp because there are a lot of fire bats. The fire bats are fantastic at choke points.
Here's a Defiler. No, Defiler! Defiler, get out of there! Oh, that was close. Gets the Consumes down. Now he can Dark Swarm. Nice Dark Swarm on top of these. Gonna get some more Consumes down. Another Dark Swarm will be coming up, and here come the Lurkers in a nice position. They'll be forcing this tank and this Bioforce to push back. Oh, the Mine drags!
Takes down the Defiler, actually, but there
Great
are more
Dark Swarm. This is a perfect positioning for this Dark Swarm. These Lings will be able to sit underneath here, and the Hydras as well, and take down this command center. Myrault Gonna be denying the third. There's no way this command center is gonna make it out of here alive, and this Bioforce is looking to be in a pretty tough position as well. While Myrault establishes his 4th and 5th bases. That's one thing about the mech transition. Myrault trying to transition into mech, and mech, except for the vultures, are just not as mobile, especially with the tanks.
The Dark Storm is landed in, so the Lynx are going to be able to clean up the remaining the forces and the SCVs, and there's not a whole lot left for Moxie. He is going to fearlessly mine out his natural, but both his natural and his speed dry.
Yeah, we'll clean up all of this. And now Moxie down 20, oh, not 20, down 13 supply to Myrault. Myrault, I really thought he had lost this game at one point. When Moxie was in his natural and took down his hive, I thought the game was over. Just goes to show you just can't call it.
Single Vulture is going to poke away at the this base. I don't know what number it is.
Yeah, we'll call it a 5th. The creep hasn't spread as far as this one, so we'll call it a 5th. Right? Yeah, well,
Alright.
That's the base of the natural at the bottom left.
Goliath in the middle is going to take out a few Zerglings and then get taken out by one more.
Yeah, Goliath's not the best unit against Zerglings, sadly. Now Myrault's got a pretty nice force here. Now he can't afford to take too many mines to the face. He's gotta try to bait those out with some lings here and there. Oh, these mines! Oh, that's a good amount of damage there.
Actually, Myrault does know about the topside base because that ling is there to spot it, and that base will be denied.
Yeah, there's no way. Moxie immediately cancels. So Moxie almost running out in the natural. He's got 3, 4 barely patches in the main. Meantime, Myrault getting that 5th, getting that 4th established. Myrault looks to have a pretty good handle in this game. Ultra's Cavern now coming up, as well as Zerg Carapace level 3. The upgrades for Myrault are really good.
I like this from Myrault. He could just move in and try to kill his opponent, but Terran is very good at not dying when you throw armies at them, so all Myrault is going to do is just deny the 3rd. And that's all he frankly needs to do. And this worker is going to burrow underneath this command center. This command center is not going to be able to land on top of it because it can't for some reason.
He's gonna. What? What?
Wait a minute. That's not supposed to happen.
Is that supposed to happen?
I don't think
no! The D-Matrix. Really nice play from Moxie.
Although this
I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but it did. Science was gonna go down to the Scourge, but the D-Matrix on his tank is still really good. But there, here are the mines! The mines! Oh, not able to quite get the connections. Myrault will overrun the 3rd again. GG from Moxie. Myrault will be moving on to the semifinals. Well played. Great series. Well played by both of those two players. Really good. Cool. We will be going on to a semifinal.
I don't think that worker thing's supposed to happen. I'm willing.